It's still January 6, 2017, and you know, I just had to say a little something in this little addendum here. Real quick, maybe. You know, I listened to mostly Democrats today. I'm not saying that there aren't people on the Republican side that aren't trying to subvert everything that Donald Trump is trying to do. But I heard the Democrats today complaining about everything from the Wisconsin count to, you know, that there's a Russian hack, and that they don't think that the congressional certification of the Electoral College should proceed, that they were trying to, you know, muck up that whole thing. And I'm going to say this to them and to everyone else, including Republicans, anybody who is trying to say that the Russians were the reason why Donald Trump was elected. Okay, this is what I'm going to say, and I've kind of said it before, but I want to say it this way this time. Okay, if it is true, and I'm not saying that it was the Russians in any way, shape, or form, other than that they were reporting on the corruption that was going on in the United States in their news media and on their blogs and those types of things that some of our people may have picked up. But this is what I have to say about it. Okay? If it is true that the Russians are the ones who uncovered the corruption, the crimes, the treason, the debauchery, the pedophilia, the illegal server of Clinton, the Podesta emails, all of that. If it was the Russians that had to uncover that, you know what I have to say? Shame for shame on the American agencies. I don't care who they were, the FBI, the CIA, the DHS, whoever. Shame on them for not protecting the American people from that corruption, those crimes, those treasons, that debauchery, that pedophilia, etc., etc. Shame on them. There's only one answer here, one of two answers. Either they are incompetent, or, and this is more likely the case, they are in some points or all points complicit to those crimes, debauchery, corruption, etc. Look at Comey with Clinton last summer when he goes through that litany of things about all of the email chains, 110 email chains, I think he said, that had classified information in them, and then he subverted the intent of that statute by saying she didn't have any intent when there wasn't any what they call an element of a crime. There was no element of a crime that required an intent on the person to do that. And yet they'll go after other people whose intent is just to try to protect their liberties, and they will convict them, prosecute them, persecute them, arrest them, try them for trying to stand up for their constitutional, God-given, constitutionally protected liberties. Figure that out. So, what am I saying? You people that are complaining about the Russians doing this, what you're really saying is that the Russians have a moral high ground greater than your own, or those agencies that are out there and on our soil that are supposed to be protecting us and are not, but are letting us be victims of these usurpers, these traitors, these international bankers, and all of their cronies, including Clinton, Podesta, Obama, Clapper, Brennan, and I mean the whole structure. It is corrupt. It is. Shame on our agency. Shame on Americans for not protecting the Americans here, their constitutional liberties, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, their security. Look at this thing at the Fort Lauderdale airport today. Now, I still don't have all of the information. Today's the 6th. I'm probably not going to put this up until tomorrow. If it is true that this suspect was known to the FBI to have said, hey, somebody tried to recruit me for ISIS. And if it's true that he was not on the Canadian Air Manifest, all right, you're telling me that our NSA, our CIA, our FBI, etc., 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 can't identify somebody like that, shades of the San Bernardino business, or are told to leave it alone. And I'm not so sure that's even true, because this is a top-down problem, even in the FBI. But they'll go after people trying to protect their liberties. Gun owners, Christians, ranchers, etc. This is crazy. So you people who are trying to throw this up as being, trying to delegitimize Trump's election as president by saying that the Russians did it, all you're doing, when you point that finger, you're pointing 4, including your thumb, 3 back at yourself. Because you, sorry I got that out of focus, you are admitting that your own agencies let you down in the protection of your liberties and the protection against criminals, traitors in our government. I could go on and on this. And yes, I'm angry again. I've kind of lost it. But I just wanted to say it, not really in succinct terms. Schumer has made a threat to the President-elect of the United States for and in behalf of the CIA and other covert deep state. It is time, and I'm behind Trump 100%. It's time to root this evil out and to destroy it in whatever manner it takes. God help us to eliminate these demons and these... It's not political correctness, okay? I'm not going to be politically correct. You're not going to protect yourselves behind, oh, it's not nice to talk like this. Oh, we can't do that. You're evil, and you're using our own goodwill to try to overcome us. And it's done. Just like I said, we're over it, okay? We're not listening to your little whining and your little charade of we got to be nice to each other. No, because that's how... What is that joke about the I think it's the scorpion? He gets the ride on the back of a fox or something across a river. You remember that, right? And he gets across, and then the fox says, well, you're not going to sting me, are you? And he goes, no, of course not. And he gets over and he stings him anyway. And he says, well, why did you do that? Because that's me. That's my nature. And I know that that's your nature who are out there causing these problems. And I'd like to name a whole bunch of organizations, a whole bunch of people and all that. But you know what? I think we all know who they are. Americans, it is time to demand a house cleaning in every agency and corporation in this country that is against the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights. Anybody who says it's a living document so that they don't have to abide by the terms that are plainly manifested in those documents. It's time that we declare war on them. And what I mean by that, I don't mean to go out and kill them or anything. I'm talking about we don't put up with it anymore. And they're thrown out of office. They can be arrested for violating their oaths, for committing crimes and treasons like Clinton, both Clintons. It's time. It must be done. God help Donald Trump to do that.